Alright, this might be the end. Are we finally gonna get all of our answers? Your Honor, Ornstein's arm was later found in Archdragon Peak. Edgeworth goes, what does this mean? Sorry, Edgeworth, I don't know what came over me about the whole Archdragon Peak business. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. Yeah, my next YouTube series, Phoenix Wright Expert Reacts to Real Law Cases, and it's just me. I'll watch the real cases and just be like, oh my god, an ace attorney? We would be objecting to this right now. And then we'd be pulling random evidence from our ass because it suddenly is applicable to the case. I would love that. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. No, not really. Oh, I guess I am. I'll come back later. Oh, no, come back. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? He always has such sad puppy eyes. You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. I take it Lana's having you run errands again? Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Alright, what new evidence does she bring for us? League Eagles? I'm not sure who League Eagles is. It might be the channel I watched. I don't know channel names. This looks like a row of teeth, you're right. Maybe more specific, what battery issues? So you're telling me your DS would only charge for 30 minutes at a time, you still couldn't finish the case? But you only had 30 minutes left, Your Honor. Oh, that was the one you posted. Okay, then I did watch that. Yeah, those are fun ones. Gant's gaslighting Edgeworth's his fault, his department's fault. It's pretty unfair, like, Gant has so much power. Like, what can we even do to it? He kind of comes out of nowhere, too. Because he's like... just what he says goes. Like, he's manipulating Lana. He's not even... He just tried to almost spin the fact that Joe Dark may have been innocent when he absolutely wasn't. They're like, he, like, actually killed people, and Gant's like, that doesn't matter. That's probably what he does about everything. Like, he did it once in court. He's gonna do it again behind closed doors. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Evidence law? There's an actual evidence law book? Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. If? So, thank God there was a break in today's trial, because otherwise there's no way for us to get this. Evidence law? Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. Oh my god, this is what it's from! No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Could at least study some evidence law, really. They do practice bird law. There's even a little chicken on it. Can I read it? I want to read the Ace Attorney bird law. The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said if you're planning to take him on, you're gonna need this book. Him? Gant? I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Oh, can we? Miss Skye explains the 2 rules of evidence law. Wait, are you telling me there's only the 2 rules? Jeff Luke, yeah. Evidence? Is that related to law somehow? Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. Hold on, let's read the book. There's 2 rules to evidence law. It's the page! Rules for submitting evidence. Well, what? No evidence shall... This is exactly what Edgeworth even told us. He basically summarized the book. It was a duck detective, you're right. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. That makes sense. We have been getting a lot of that. Takes 4 years of law school to master this. Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me. Mr. Edgeworth, the real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility has been all ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Ema Skye found out she was unwittingly caused a man's death. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be killing me. Killing? You gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him. No matter what it takes. I bet you it's Gant. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to the end. Phoenix specifically looked at Miles when he said that. Aww. We're gonna clear your name. We're doing so much. We're clearing Lana's name. We're clearing Emma's name. We're clearing Miles' name again. It's great. Kiss your noodle neck. Sweet baby boy. Oh. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. The inquiry committee has planned to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. With grace. Edgeworth, you're such a class act sometimes. Yes, well, my little kangaroo court. That's you. Did you write the evidence law book? It's the only explanation that a silly little doggy wrote it. Okay, be a good boy. Normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness. But, this isn't easy to say. You see, there's some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have struck a bargain. Look, he's so smug about this. He's having a great time. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses. Say that. It's just, you see, everyone's been talking and... Does it matter though, Judge? Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. Because they don't know that we're working together! Edgeworth, you're so smart. What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses, but I did strike a deal with the defense, who was fired, by the way. Yeah, we got fired ages ago, but we're still going. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Unbelievable. He's so smart. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Look at him. How smart. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Then it's settled. The defense may now call forth the next witness. Mr. Wright. You do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls? Well, I really do believe there's only one option. The time's finally come to bring out the real murderer! Woo! Get over here, Gant! Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. What if I called in, like, a dead person? The blue badger. Now, what if I call in Neil? Damon Gant, what does he have to do with anything? Oh, just everything. As a defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. Called in Emma, the real murderer. I would love to call Marshall, believe me, just because I like him. But he had nothing to do with this anymore. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. I called Jake to the stand. Judge was like, didn't we already talk to him? They're like, yes. I didn't talk enough to him. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. All right. Bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. Look at this dumbass. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this, some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Oh, that's funny, Fumengu. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gant. Would you fucking do your job, Gant? Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Thanks, Toma. Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests you to hear your testimony. Oh, righto. What's with the grim face? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? This clapping bothers me every time. So, okay, in the first game, what's everyone's least favorite mannerism that a witness has had? Because I think it's either between April or Meekin's stupid megaphone. But his clapping's kind of pissing me off, but at least it doesn't have an annoying sound with it. Oh, I forgot about Salmonella. Everything about him sucks. Hey, Oliver, you're very handsome. He's like, yeah, I know. Alright, personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. Not first. That'll give you all the answers. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all of this. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You are aware, of course, that a piece of I don't know what I was gonna say, but I think I was about to say piece of chaleef. Police chief has all kinds of weapons. So what's a piece of chaleef? Weapons? What are we talking about? Sure, take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. Is that part of the law book? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. The law books were even written by Gant. It all makes sense. This is bullshit. How would you... Like, what's the fucking point of this? Like, why are we here if we could just, like, decide not to do it? I decide that Emma's innocent, and so is Lana. How about now? This turns out to be a big waste of time. Blah, 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 blah. Very well. The witness may now begin his testimony. He's totally not going to be cooperative. Oh, it's because he's chief of police, immune from all legal things while doing official chief of police business. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Is that when Dark was arrested? Him. He was lying on the floor unconscious. Ornstein! He's like, I was just standing here. Oh my god, no, this is like Tucker and Dale versus Evil. He's like Ornstein on the witness stand. He's just like, sir, I was just standing here and these teenagers kept throwing themselves to my spear. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. Or college kids, not teenagers. These college kids keep throwing themselves in my... Well, I guess it's a halberd. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. With Ornstein. His dumb smile. I hate you. Alright. Oops. I'm trying to go back! Okay. Neil, we're questioning. Traditional weapon of Dragon Slayer since being invented by Gwen's firstborn. What does that have to do with anything? Right? Alright, as I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day. Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Dark and made him run away like that. Was the defendant Lana Skye also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it. To make a long story short, we slipped up. The power outage didn't help either. Wait, is that the second one? Hold it! So the two ran immediately after him, right? That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. I kind of sound like Heisenberg sometimes when I do that. Oh, Ethan. I'm like losing track of what Maximilian Pegasus sounds like because I keep doing Heisenberg now. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say. He got lucky. What's this about, a power outage? Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden. I got the shock of my life. At the elevator? Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went to his heart, though. This is so fucked, because he's literally on the witness stand talking about, like, making jokes about Neil getting stabbed and dying, and clapping and laughing at it. Oh my, this is, like, the chief of police should not be behaving this way. That's not funny, thank you! When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Could you tell us what you saw? Autumn says she's haunting my stream. That's okay. If anyone can haunt it, she can do it. It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer. Oh my god, King. Thanks, Star Bits. We learned that the real Dragon Slayer Ornstein left Anne Orlando in search of Gwen's first work. Just now, somebody should grab this Ornstein is nothing but illusion created by Gwendoline. Holy shit. I wouldn't even know where to go with that. I can't. I'm not a Dark Souls defense attorney. Alright. Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled. Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor? Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls. Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. How can you know that? Because of that victim's body. It had already been moved. So that means... You found the body near Lana's desk? That's right. I think you said earlier. It was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor. He has a name, it's Ornstein. Wait, so my suit of armor, does that mean Gant is Gwen? Yes. Anyway. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office? Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're gonna stare at anything, you'd be better off staring at the court record. Damn! Worthy, always the smooth talker. Which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence, but that can't be the whole truth. So I've got to link Gant to the incident. Hi, Polly. Stare at the record. Guess the armor was kind of his. Lines up. Now Windows 11. It's not so bad. Welcome to Windows 11. bum, 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 bum. It looks different. Okay, I don't believe this. I don't believe she moved the crime scene. Yeah, his ew, yeah, his coat does look plasticky. Like, it doesn't even look leather. It just looks like plastic. Well, maybe it's like a dull plastic. Alright. So, she arranged the crime. So, he's saying that she arranged a crime scene. He had nothing to do with it. For the SL9. We already know that's fake. Alright, so about bird law. There really is a little duck detective on it. Ridiculous. So... I mean, I think we can show him anything that we found in the safe, right? Maybe not that. But that? Because he, like, literally took half the evidence away, and we found a piece of that in his safe. Yeah, like, that was in his safe. Unless... Okay. Unless Lana knew his safe code and put it in the safe herself. I don't know how likely that is, though. Did they say that she knew the safe code? It's rhetorical. Because she could have, like, snooped and saw him use it once. Or she could have just guessed, I guess, sort of. Like, it's just his user ID or whatever. I don't know. I feel like there's still a possibility that Lana could have known it. But I don't know why she would put... Well, no, because the piece of the thing had Emma written on it. Okay, I think he helped her. I don't think Lana did all of the forging, nor did Gant. I think, obviously, they worked together. Okay, so he's saying while they were questioning, Dark ran away, and he showed up after the fact. Lana already arranged everything, and he had nothing to do with it. But the piece of this with Emma's name on it was in his safe. Yes. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery? But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example. That's the Blue Badger. It's not the Blue Badger. Hi, Andy. Or Anda Wormgeek, sorry. You calling Andy Wormgeek for some reason? A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, but the evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk. Okay, so we probably could have presented either one. Was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. It's time to dance in the courtroom now. I think Edgeworth is dancing too. Everyone's like, I'm not gonna dance. Who doesn't dance to the DJ? Good boy! Good boy! Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Oh. Here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admitted then that you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, You were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. I'm not forging shit. You can't spin this around on me. All I do is find the truth. And Oliver backs me up. Because he's a good boy. Isn't that right, Righto? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. No, leave him alone! What? What? Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. He's stepping in for my defense. Yeah. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office, and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put 2 and 2 together. It's okay, we'll give Gumshoe a job. He can work at Phoenix's firm. They'll want to work with Edgeworth, it'll be fine. Gumshoe's fine, don't worry about him. Evidence and forgery. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office, but I didn't. That's why we need body cam footage for everything. We broke into your safe. Our bad. However, that's your evidence. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in forgery. Ooh, is this where Emma's fingerprints come in? Because I don't know, like, what cloth that even is. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me in any way. Oh, my diddle bubbies gets his belly scratched. Belly. He's straight chillin'. Here, I'm just... He's like a little baby right now. Just rubbing his little belly as I stream. Just say it's all fake. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Oh. Indeed, I believe I will press charges so you won't make this same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, Udgy. In return, though... I know. That place, right? Huh? Are these guys telepathic? They're just, like, really best friends. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. I'd appreciate if you stop making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What? I'll have you know, back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped. Are we tipping cows? Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? He's admitting it. It works. Gant's a monster. Phoenix! But I'm vegetating. Yeah, he's just chill. He just wants his little belly rubbed. The Gumshoe testimony confirms the evidence against Gant. Yeah, where's Gumshoe? We need him more than ever now. Good boy. If you have proof of the contrary, you're gonna need it later. Later? What are you talking about? Does he know how this is gonna go? Well, what else? I'm talking about when Righto's prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, they would prove his investigation was illegal. I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. Yeah, this is crazy. Like, I said this before, but you can really tell this case was written, like, well after the trilogy, where, like, Phoenix is actually really good at his job. Because Gant might be... He's way more slimy and conniving and higher power than the other people we fought in this game. This guy's definitely, like, a end of trilogy boss fight. Anyway, you can't prove when these pieces were discovered. What do you mean by that? You see Oliver's foot? That's his foot. I'm scratching his belly, but his foot keeps kicking up. This is all purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. What? It's after a murder. Concealing evidence is found at a crime scene isn't forgery. You do it again. I'm not through speaking yet, Righto. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. Well, I discovered it yesterday. They were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. Because you hid it! Oof. Here you go. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced. Oh, wouldn't that be convenient? Right. The chief is talking about a possibility, so long as you can't rule that out. Your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Maybe I want to waste time. I know, jar fragments are constantly materializing in my safe from other people's murders. Tell me something I don't know. Come on, or come now, right? So think about it. Think about what? There's no reason I'd participate in forgery. Yes, there is. There's a murder happened in your office, and you probably did it. How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Miss Marshall's unfortunate demise was Ema Skye. Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene would help me out in any way. Gant said he's innocent. He's what you believe. Belief? Police. If he's innocent, he's innocent. Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police. Right? Oh. The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. What's so funny? Quit saying ho. Oh, that's a good one. Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. That's why he got Neil killed. He's the one who got the award. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes. Damn it. You're just gonna be made chief anyway. Ah! Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. Honestly, people who say that aren't innocent, so... Oliver's barking. What does he want? There, it's out in the open now. Gee, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little? Changed it a little? No, he's not into Irene, just me and myself. He does look a lot like Slayer, you're right. I forgot. Yeah, people are saying he looks like Guilty Gear character. I completely forgot about Slayer. He's just Orange Slayer. By all means, please do. Oh my god, Judge, quit being a simp for him. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. So he's saying he would willingly be an accomplice if he gets something out of it? Okay, well now he's just fishing for what I can show him. What I can show him that proves he has a motive. Just gonna write I'm innocent on a piece of paper and submit it as evidence. But it has to be like on the back of like something incriminating, and then 10 hours later in the trial we flip it over and then we realize he's not innocent. Wowie. All right, I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there's nothing in it for me. Evidence? Nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Ho ho! Ho! Quit saying ho! Oh, that's a good one, Worthy. There have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? No, but I mean, I assume he's working with Lana. Senior moment, perhaps? Psychopath who is who you want for chief of police. I think we have that without even like fully knowing how like psycho they could be. Still working out his One Piece laugh. It's terrible. I'm just gonna assume Lana's his accomplice. You might not help out anyone for their sake, but if he would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Yeah, so he only helps Lana cover for Emma's would-be crime. It appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean! Very well then. Who is the person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? Take that! Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye, the defendant? Well, Gantz, I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. Just a nice man forging some evidence. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Nah, not a nice man like him. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. But how would he profit from all of this? He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Silence. Oh, wait. You must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. He's so stupid! He used his final brain cell hours ago. This is what we have to deal with now. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive, to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you can control her. Yeah, I already got that like an hour ago. Right, so my boy, you have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? His first day on the planet? Do I have any proof of this, that I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana? Well, Lana's not really cooperating for reasons, so that doesn't really help. She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid without proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless... Oh, Edgerith the backup's here. That is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Or which one would that be? Oh my god! The one that we're here for originally, man! Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective... Honestly, I feel bad for Bruce Goodman because he's like so forgotten. It's like we keep moving away from Bruce stuff. Like this is the reason the case started. Like he's like I died too. Bruce Goodman's ghost right now is like, guys, I'm dead too. What about my murder? Hi, Oddly Do. We open Twitch right. I was about to go to bed. It's so cozy. This game's amazing. It's stressing me out, but it's cozy at the same time. Judge needs a nap. Forgotten like 3 cases ago. Poor, yeah, he really did. Well, not only was there like 1 Bruce Goodman death, there may have been a second Bruce Goodman death, but fuck both of those, because Neil Marshall died 2 years ago. Emma might be the killer. His own trial. 2 cases of it. I think there's multiple judges. Anyway, so the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. I want Judge to be like, oh yeah, that guy. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. It is. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Well, Gant, worthy. You'd better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean? What is he's threatening on the stand again, sir? God damn it, Judge, do something, do your job. How many times have we been threatened, either like me or Edgeworth, and Judge is just like, carry on. What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? What? Order, order. I said order. Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. Huh? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's impossible. Yeah, imagine playing this without saves. Just literal, like, hard mode. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language. Okay, Edgeworth was taking credit, and now I'm just taking the heat for what Edgeworth said. So either way, Edgeworth comes out of this as a winner. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. He said us! Yes! Looks like he's the one who decided to go through with this. They're both leaning in their desks. Hell yeah. Look at these leans. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder? I thought that's what I've been doing this whole time! Oh, in the Goodman murder? Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. I'm like also incriminating his friend. Show us his evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. Well, we'd have to go back to the earlier evidence, and I forgot about all that. Wait, whose murder? I'm seriously expecting him to be like, who's Goodman? I wonder if, well, because that's the only one that directly connects Goodman to Chief of Police. But I don't think it really works for this. Wait, it is half written. Did he start writing it? And then Gant killed him? Let's see. Who are you people? Oliver, stop digging. Hey. Alright. Trying to like paint a picture for myself with the evidence. This is the only one that like connects it. See, this question's not too hard in comparison because I think we have to focus on older evidence again, but my problem is that like I completely left. My brain completely got rid of the old evidence. I think it's either that works more with Edgeworth. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe he has the halberd and that's actually what killed Goodman? Ooh. Half-written note means it's not Christmas. I mean, what? What's he digging for? Freaking ways to connect Chief Gant to Detective Goodman. Okay, see, now I'm thinking it's the trophy just because Gant is the one that removed the thing. I'm gonna present it. Oh, I don't know. I could be wrong. It's either that because that connects it to Gant, or it's this because that was directly. I think this one's more logical. I think this one's gonna apply later, but I think this one has like a couple leaps in logic to the recent murder. Yeah, because like the spear could have killed Goodman. Like I don't think the murder weapon's clearly not that. It's the spear for that is my guess. But that might be like a couple steps ahead. Like there's logic there. It has to be this because this is the only thing that like also directly connects it because it's like not even finished. And it can only be submitted to Chief Police, which means Gant saw it. My guess is this for now. Okay, the music kept playing. I'm like, I was like, all right, guess I'm gonna present the statue next. Well, Chief, so long as Wright here is tossing out things regardless of their relevance. Mind if I toss something too, G? This shoe should do nicely. I'll chuck it right at you. Wait, he's throwing shoes now? Who throws a shoe, honestly? You always were quite the joker, weren't you? Oops, looks like I got it wrong. Oh, I did get it wrong. Okay. Don't oops me. So it is the statue. But try to think back to what happened in the evidence room 4 days ago. Oh, this one. Okay. Well, that's... Oh my god, Edgeworth is helping me. I want to fake you out on purpose, apparently. Now that he mentions it, we did find something during yesterday's investigation. Something that proves Gant entered that room. Oh! I forgot about that. I was close. It was a different sheet of paper. Looks like he wants another one of your boots, Audrey. See, I was still thinking in the parking garage. I wasn't thinking of, like, the room. But now it's all clear. Bam! Because this is his number. This is the ID card list. Oh shit, music's still going though. The DJ's just a prankster now. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 7777777. Sorry, but there's no way you could prove that's my card number. It's your number. I love how confident that was. It's your number. He's like, stop bullshitting me. I love it. I know. Confident Phoenix is the best. What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open it. A 7-digit code. 7-digit? You don't mean. I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 777. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant. Oh shit! You entered the evidence room the day of the crime! Order, order! Trust me, I broke in his office and confirmed it. Chief Gant, what do you have to say? Nothing. I'm worried if I hit M1 again, he's gonna stop. The music's gonna stop. The DJ knows to be on her side now. He's smart now. Please don't stop the music. Thank God. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations. That's pretty true. And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Oh my God, I love when he's on our side. Chief Gant, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room? On the day of the crime? What about it? I'm chief of police, whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me. When you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do at the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days. You hadn't seen him in days, Chief Gant. Quit bullshitting us. I'm afraid you've just outdone yourself. And that's a piece of evidence I just falsely submitted. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Skye's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. That's right. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? Yeah, he just peed in the evidence room. In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm gonna have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant the day of the crime. See, it's definitely this because it can only be submitted to Chief of Police, but he didn't even finish it, so does that count? Detective Goodman lost his ID card the day of the crime. Yes! Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have to give that report to Chief of Police. Yet you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes. To transfer the evidence out. Oh. Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then... Oh, the music, no! You accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him? There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the Chief of Police, murdered poor Goodman. Exactly. Well, wait. The Chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort. But his name was literally, like, written on the thing. Yeah, Miles, get him. Get his ass! Sorry, but that's not possible. Yes, according to the record, your card was only used once. Yeah, you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. No, whoa! Sprite. What happened to him? Did he get electrocuted? Chief Gant, you didn't. There was all the lightning strikes. He took a critical hit. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right minds would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. God has begun smiting. He picked the right target. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright. See, that's not even an objection. That's like, I have something to add. That the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day. What voice am I using it? For the entire day, you know? I'm like, wait, that's Judge voice. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body of the prosecutor's office. And all this time I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. Is it an old clue? I mean, Meekins would probably do it. Oh yeah, Meekins would do no question, but he seems too weak to do it. Maybe he had like an army of Meekins. Okay, a useless clue just taking up space? How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. Can I get some more information? I wish I had like a forklift or something. To move the body? I was gonna say like, I don't know, a car? Well, it comes back to Blue Badger. What if it is? Allegedly dancing in the evidence room. Well, everything else is new. That seems like that's our trump card. Like, we have to use that last. I don't know, is it the screwdriver? It's the only thing that's taking up space. He made Edgeworth go get it. Brought back to his office by Gant's request. Oh! No, that makes sense. That's just a tool. Like, he put it... Because Edgeworth came back and forth, and while he was handing him the screwdriver, he could have stuffed him in his car, and then Edgeworth unknowingly drove the body back to this building. Yeah, it has to be it. This is how I move. So yeah, Edgeworth was unknowingly an accomplice. This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body. What's that? A screwdriver? But what does that have to do with this case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is a screwdriver doing here? It's here because... I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Damn, Phoenix, you remember every single thing Edgeworth ever says. You are so obsessed with him. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did, because Chief Gant asked you to. You mean I... The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car! Edgeworth, it's not your fault! It's true love, he remembers everything, yep. You select the ticket and this also triggered? Oh, that's smart. Yeah, that makes sense, because of the car. Because you're still going through the parking lot. Oh, it's using multiple... evidence. I'm glad it wasn't the badger. Edgeworth barfing all of a sudden now that he realized he was ferrying around a corpse. Poor guy. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Yes, unless of course you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? Yeah, because it's the only thing that make him come back and forth. Like, he can't be like, Edgeworth, can you come pick up a dead body? No, it's just like, hey, can you bring me something? And then take it back. There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Ms. Lana Skye. Order. What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? Stop being a simp for Guy. Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. Yeah, and then the blood is that... Wait, is she wearing Goodman's coat? I forgot about the coat. This is not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. There's a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something. I believe Is he gonna get zapped by lightning again? Your time's up. My time's up? Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're to make it in time for the early bird special. You're on the trial for murder, okay? You're not having your early bird special. You're not having your lunch plans. Imagine being on stand being like, look, I gotta make a movie in an hour. Can we wrap this up soon? But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Bloody Mary time, gotta go. Weapons? Like the Wrights refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Are we done here? I gotta stream in an hour. Kunitsugabi's coming out. I gotta stream. So you're gonna just run away after all this? Bro, if he runs away, he's guilty as fuck, okay, Judge? Run away. Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, You think I'd Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. Say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Skye dispose of his body? I believe I already showed him that proof! Right? I just told you how he moved the body, like, this is seriously like the equivalent of like your teacher asking you to add 2 + 2 + 5. And you say it's 9, and they're like, you know, show your work. It's 4 + 5 is 9. It's like, you can figure it out, teacher. This piece of concrete. Do I have any concrete proof? I mean, well, not really. I don't think so. Not like... There's... Like, I don't have a murder weapon or anything, because I'm sure it's not what I already have. I don't technically have... Like, I have the knowledge. I don't have the proof, though. So he's showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor, President, I have no evidence. COG. In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for allegations against the chief. No! What? Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, Righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. This is when I'm gonna need Lana to come in and give me the proof for some shit. She won't, because she's afraid of him. Okay, LG, I'll leave the rest to you. No, come back! Oh, thank God! Edward, I love you! I was like, no, I'm actually gonna take damage. And I'm legit like, what evidence can I show him? I have no idea. Oh my God. Edgeworth, my guy. Alright. Lady Luck, maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. The lady who knows the truth. Another witness. Well, Lana. Wait, Gant's not here anymore, right? Lana can be honest. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person? Why are you asking me, Your Honor? 'Cause you brought it up! Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today. Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true. I called the Badger to the stand. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? She may not be willing to tell the truth. But we can't just stop now. Yes, Lana! Marsha, come back to me, I miss you! Would have to be Lana.
Take that!
Take that! The defendant? Miss Lana Skye? She's in the underground parking lot at 5:15 on February 21st. Call Larry. Larry doesn't even, he wouldn't even know what's going on. He's like, oh, it's not her, but your honor. That's if you call Goodman. They'd probably say mean things about me because I'm making a mockery of a dead man, even though Judge doesn't even remember him. Her task to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has no objectives, Your Honor. Objections. No objectives. Very well. This court will now take its final recess for the day. 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in— Hold on! What's this? Huh? No, he's back! I thought you were going to eat! Listen good, Lana. He's talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. See? Only somebody who's in trouble would say that. This proves his lunch plans were bullshit. Yeah, it proves his lunch plans are bullshit. He's threatening Lana. As a witness, you're screwing the prosecution has no objectives. Objections. Well, at least it's Edgeworth. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. Ah, he's trying to scare her. He's rigging the court. This isn't good. Of course, you never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Aren't you going to lunch or something? Get out of here. You're wasting my time. Just something to think about. All right, then. I've got a lunch date to meet. Okay, Lana, he's gone, okay? Just say what you want now. Okay. He doesn't think he just, yeah. He legit just threatened Lana. He just doesn't give a shit. Now he's gonna want proof. Show me in the rulebook where exactly that was a threat. This court is now in recess. Blackmail against the law in this universe? Probably not. Edgeworth, you did great out there. You saved my life. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Look at them working together. I like the thought of them like huddling in the corner whispering their plan. And like everyone else is just watching them. They're like, oh my god, they're totally giggling together. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. And Gumshoe's like, hey, what are you two giggling about? That chief, he's something else, see, pals? Detective Gumshoe! I'm not a detective anymore. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Don't worry, I've already decided where to work now. At your office! Oh, for real? My office? I was just kidding, I forgot he did, like, I forgot about this. Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. Could he mean? Mom! Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is he always gets the upper hand? It's not far he has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said? What chief? That's not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. I've just put Gumshoe in Maya's costume. We can fight for incompetence and whatnot. Yeah, Maya used to be in this game. She left like hours ago. Been like 20 hours. Risks? What does he mean by that? It's simple. The chief refuses to testify. The opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Emma! Yo, for real? Wait, forfeits his right to say anything? So he's not allowed to talk ever again in the trial? You talk to the dead, no sorry, bud, you ain't it. Yeah, you're not gonna replace Maya, but you could hang out if you want. I like you, Gumshoe. Emma, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. So she heard everything that's been going on. Stay away, murder. She didn't do it, Alter. I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny, I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And how she did it all, just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor. Everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside. To force herself to do anything and everything the Chief told her to do. Aww. That must be why she became so cold. That makes sense. We did say that earlier. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act. Are we actually doing the final act? Is it time? Emma, why don't you wait? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Yeah! Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. Yo, this is so epic. To be continued. Yo, we finally reached the final acts. What is it gonna say? Final case, final trial, final acts. What does it already say? Final day trial ladder. Final day trial final is gonna be the new one. Here, let's save over this one. Damn it! Trial ladder 2. Yo! Alright, let's go. Final act. I'm scared. Final trial day, the final. We're in the final arc. Oh my god, the final saga. Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand? Guys, we finally reached day 58 of 58. This time we mean it. Miss Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Day 50. So ridiculous. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Skye. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear it. Of course. The truth. She's doing it! Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Aww. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Everything hinges on your testimony. Your future hinges on this testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. Lana, just tell the truth. The jig is up. We can help you. She doesn't know that we can help her. Gant's in the fabrication. DJ gotta kick a door down. Just sec, Wesker. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. You are lying! Liar. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. Liar! My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Liar! Gant's not here. Are you sure about this testimony? I don't think she said a single truth. Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana, why does she still insist? If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this, and she's lying. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. But what if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah, so am I, because she's lying. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Worked alongside Gant for years. Okay, that might be the only truth. How many years exactly? Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years. Detective Gant and Detective Skye were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases. She must have been good, coming from the same school as Mia. Damon Gant was a respectable detective, that's why. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. Alright, this is why the lies start. But think about it, Miss Skye. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Turn around, Lana. Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. Well, that's true, but he was already dead. And I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. That's a lie, too, because, well, I think this might be when we have to show Emma's fingerprints at some point, like on the cloth. Because that's not fabricate, like, that's like, yeah, it's definitely that one, because that was in Gant's safe. Which means there was an accomplice no matter what. Did you do so to help your sister? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana. Aww. So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago? When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. You say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? Yeah. The prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. She's just like really trying to protect her right now. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark? Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies. All just to protect me. So when you found this scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. Broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted inside the wound, then moved the body. That's such shit. No, you didn't. You planted the tip of Dark's knife in the victim's wound, then you moved the body? But why? Why would you do that? You, of all people, should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. Oh, why, thank you. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I would ask for the sake of the others. Why did you plant the knife? Why did you move the body? I guess, like, why the knife? Like, the knife's the weird part, right? Can I ask both? But why did you do that? Come now, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out. Very well, let's add this to the witness testimony. The reason Miss Skye fabricated the knife. I knew the tip of the weapon found buried in his body would be all the proof we needed. So she was confident based on that. According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right? Yes, and leaving it at that might point the blame away from Dark. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be by having the tip of the knife found inside the victim's body. So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound? Yes. Because I hated Dark for what he did. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. That's also false because of Emma's fingerprints. We haven't presented that at all yet. I'm thinking this is the case, that this is the testimony where we show that. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence? She's lying! She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying! She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. Gotta get Lana to talk more. She's lying, that she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. Okay, let me save real quick. 2 trial ladder 2s. Because I want to show that for that, but then like this is like the new evidence. Damn it! 7's clear reveals a contradiction. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. I want to see the last one. Oops. Because that like connects it to Gant. Well, see, this is the new one that we got from pressing, so this is probably the relevant one. But this also shows that it has something to do with Emma because of fingerprints. Damn it, they don't care about the Emma fingerprints! I'm just so eager to show the fingerprints! Okay, anyway, so it has something to do with this. I need the tip of the weapon found buried in his body would be all the proof we needed. What if we pick the second one? Because I think I don't really have anything to say to that. Why did you move the body? When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim body? It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Ooh. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. Pieces of the jar? You mean... Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead and Dark was laying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle. I see. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there is more to it than that. Must be a contradiction here somewhere. Anyway, committed this fabrication completely alone. She keeps saying that. She's like, alone, by the way, at the end of every one of her statements. I walked into the room alone, and then I moved the bodies alone, by the way. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, alone. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from... We already saw this one. And then I went to buy lunch. Alone. Okay, so this one, because it specifically says Emma on it. Really? What the fuck? Is it the one before? I have all this information with Emma on it, but they don't like any of it. Alone, by the way. Maybe she's just laying on real fake that she's single. Oh my god. It seems... Oh my god. Miss Skye, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery that at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. That would have worked for the one where she's just like, I had nothing to do with Emma, and like the jar clearly has Emma written on it. Contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, the pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threaten my plan. That's right. Do you have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have had written it in his final moments. Yeah, I like Detective Conan. I used to watch it a lot. Exactly so, and this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. That's so true. I wasn't thinking of that. I was just thinking because it had Emma written on it. My god, this game is so hard sometimes. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. That's true, yeah, so it had to have been before it was broken. Yeah. Having a problem with that, punk? Order, order. Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? I need a break. I've been talking a lot. It's, we're nearing the end. I can do it. I can do it. It's just exhausting. It's a lot of talking and yelling and objecting. Yeah, Edrith is not amused. He's like, can we get on with this already? His finger's gonna be sore tomorrow. All right, Chief Prosecutor. It seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. What? What are you talking about, Edrith? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information and arrive at the truth. Very well, the witness may now continue your testimony. Jar and message in blood. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. Oh, you didn't. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. No, you didn't! There's still blood, and part of the blood was in the safe. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. Well, you didn't do a good job. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. She's colorblind. She's freaking blind. Message in blood. I immediately noticed the blood trace in the jar. Liar! So the jar was already broken. It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier. It certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case. What the fuck? Not as feeble as the judge's judgment. Oh, that's actually really true. The most feeble man here is the judge and his judgment. You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces? Normally, I would have. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. I'm not buying it because it's still... She's still concerned about, like, what was on the jar. Like, whether it's blood or a name, like, she's equally disturbed by it, so she had to have known it was Emma. Well, that helps my case. Lana, you do that for me? Aw, seems you two might make up yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. This is rather shocking. So why she erased the blood? Because she's lying! To be safe, I wiped away the blood. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. Exactly. What else could I have done in the situation? Ignore it because there's 2 dead bodies anyway. Well, yeah. So whoever walks in on the crime scene would just see them dead together and just figure out that that blood's from them. Lana, you're really dumb right now. Lana, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. But she was just saying... Like, but that doesn't sound like she would be in a hurry either. That sounds like she had plenty of time to make sure she got all the pieces, even if they are large. But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol everywhere I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. Well, that's wrong. Because there was a piece that was in Gant's safe, but we don't have that separate piece anymore. Are we showing the jar again? Like, but as a representation of just that piece? All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. So you illegally rearranged the crime scene. Yes, I don't have any excuse for my actions. I'm so sorry, Lana, I didn't know. I treated you so badly all this time. It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident. No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office. More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony. Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. I don't like showing evidence, the same evidence. It's for this one again because she didn't get them all. We found one in the safe, but like I don't have the specific... Okay, final fragment found in Chief Gant's safe. Okay, so the fact that it's in the text should be enough. Woo! Miss Skye, I believe this charge conceals the truth, even if you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of the jar in Chief Gant's safe. In the chief's safe? But how? I knew it! She really didn't know! There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it. There's still blood on all of them. But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. The confidence. But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day. I do not want to know the rest of the sentence. Looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. This man is not fit to be judged, you guys. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant. At the time, he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides, even if he were there first, why would... The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the fact for 2 years? That's true. Well, Your Honor, can you answer that? No. No! No! This... We're fighting with the judge now on behalf of Gant, who's his, like, buddy. Go back to sleep, Your Honor. Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. Oh! With the DJ, it's a trio. Why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the chief's puppet. No, I did it on my own. She's still insisting. That's not true. That's impossible. She's still insisting. I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore. For my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. But we're getting there. She's so... Lana, we're moving past that. We know it's not Emma. It's all Gant. We're just trying to figure out how. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that, coming from my own clients. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. What the fuck? Wait a minute, twisting the truth? What if? We're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana, maybe right after all. What do you mean, Wright? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Miss Skye, please testify once more. But, if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Skye, if you will, just, like, literally just tell the truth. We'll figure it out. We'll get to the bottom of this. Wait a minute, what if I tried lying too? The mob mentality making us all lie without realizing. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there's a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Is she finally gonna tell the truth? Well, if she's... Do we believe her that she's gonna tell the truth? I'm not gonna have to show her any contradicting evidence. In reality, Gant does piss the evidence through. That's the first thing she says. Alright, the witness may testify once more for the final time! Oh, is this really the finale? No. Ooh, we're getting some secrets spilled. Actual crime scene. Finally! It's been like 2 8-hour streams plus a 4-hour stream. It's been 20 hours of trying to get her to tell the truth. 20 hours in the making. Sure, we will believe her because we want to. I believe her because she's pretty. And she's got a cool red scarf, so. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the suit of armor's sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. Hey, I didn't say it's not that long. I just said it's not longer than the rest of the game. Like, I'd say this is a good half of the game, so it's as long. I never said it wasn't long. And show me a contradiction where I said it was not that long. She's pretty, Your Honor. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. Okay, reasonable. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Yes! Thank you, Lana! This is where we've trying to get to 20 hours ago. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor's sword? So it was, like, stuck there? Damn, that's wild. You're the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Yeah, does she have a camera with her? Take a picture. It'll last longer. Oh, she has proof! Is it the photo? I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? The book? What, to me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. Is it in the book? Wait a minute. Well, it's just the page. It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you. Very well, Mr. Wright, please present this picture. I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. The only thing she gave us is the book. So do I show the book? Oh, can I? There must be a picture in there somewhere. Okay, wait, so if I check it now... Oh my god, it's totally different now. Oh my god, Ornstein! He looks so imposing in that black and white photo. Hey, there's a picture here! Oh, the part of the vest is missing. That's probably where the cloth is with her handprints? Where she, and that would incriminate her because that's where she, like, pushed him, I guess? Oh my! This is the actual crime scene. That's pretty messed up. What a way to die. Poor dude. No other detective saw this crime scene like this. Because I contact criminal affairs only after I'd rearranged everything. Crime scene photo from the case 2 years ago taken. That could be anyone in the armor, Your Honor. You can't prove it's Ornstein. Look, he's dragging his leg. He wasn't even injured. Mr. Wright! That piece cut out from his vest. Could that be? The cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe. Yes. What's this? This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Whoever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. What? But those fingerprints... they belong to her. They're yours, Emma. How are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flesh out the real murderer. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled. Oh! Uh-oh, I guess his lunch date is over. Come now, Ajit. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I ever seen. Chief Gant. What, now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. Yeah, get him, Edgeworth. I'm afraid it's too late for that. Yes, because you already left. You gave up your right. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. Oh my god, get him, Edgeworth. Get lost, Gant. Yeah, look at him. He's like, well, I'm the chief of police. I can do whatever I want. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Whoa! The lightning strike. Do it again. I want to take a screenshot. So what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? Well, the evidence will do all that talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. What? Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean, oh my, this court is such a scam. He didn't go on a lunch date. He just left to forge some new evidence. Why is everyone trying to make Gant be the bad guy? Because he is. You still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't, but someone does. Someone? So, what's your excuse, Righto? Oh, is he talking about Emma's fingerprints? Uh-oh. What have you been keeping quiet about? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. You are such a snake. Is this true, Mr. Wright? If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer. Why are we still letting him on the stand, though? He forfeited his right, and they're still letting him talk. Like, I know he's not testifying anything, but he's still talking. Like, where's the bailiff or whatever to kick him out? Or the security guards? Anyone? Where's anyone to help? We're all on our own here. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. Meekins, arrest that man. What do I do now? I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present the piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? No? Your Honor, I ain't got shit. I ain't found shit. I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. What? You lie. Chief Gant? You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Damn, look at him. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together. Shut the fuck up, Emma. I'm the lawyer here, not you. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like a part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? That's really weird that you put it in a safe, though. What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Yeah, what now? Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, righto. Okay, so he basically just incriminated himself. We're still innocent. Emma's still innocent. Welcome to the entire case, Judge. Well, I can't just let you murderers pin me up as the murderer. Let you murderers? I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. Oh, here we go. What? You mean you admit to it? Wait, you can't testify anymore. We already agreed that you can't testify anymore. Okay, I was gonna say, you better not testify. I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. But he is testifying. Get off the stage! Somebody kick him out! The judge is just here because he's his friend. This sure sounds like a lot like testifying. I'm inclined to agree. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her? I knew Lana, is that what he said? But if I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Skye. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. He's not allowed to do that. He's not allowed to speak at all. He's like on trial. Because he's admitting to a crime, I suppose. If that's where it ends up going, but then that's like no real benefit. I think at this point he's like, if I'm going down, I'm taking you down with me. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. So he admitted to tampering. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence. You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance, of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. But you mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? Now it says ETA. I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood of all the pieces. How convenient that the parts that stayed are like connect the dots ones. I get it. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too? That's so true! Oh. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant. That you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe? Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. This fucking guy, he was so okay with just having this, like, in the background of his career, though. Like, if as long as people don't find out that he's forging evidence, it's fine. But now that he's like, okay with it. I hate him so much. Was it say he didn't forge the handprint on the vest, too? Yeah, because Emma was knocked out for a bit. In the Torpedoes police career. As chief of police, I think it's corrupted enough in this universe so like no one's gonna give a shit. Gumshoe doesn't even get paid anymore. It's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you present. Well, they think I'm a liar. I'm like, oh, oops. Of course, I do have evidence. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess this up, victory is mine. Alright, well, I trust you. You seem really confident. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Right then, let's see this conclusive evidence. Evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. Do I show it now, though? Is there something else? It has to be that. It's the only thing. It's paid in gift cards. I know I have 4 pages of evidence. Oh my god. I just feel like I'm getting her in trouble even more now. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest? Oh, yes. But see, that's weird. That he did that on purpose. More evidence is going to be forged. I think that part itself is part of the blackmail. Because he's like, I'm assuming to Lana is like, if you don't shut up about this and do what I say, I won't present Emma's fingerprints, which would make her suspicious or make her the suspect of murder. But he forged that too. But I guess Lana probably didn't know that. Hi, Unko. Oh yes, at last you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that it be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on this leather. Must have been strong impact for it to be left so clearly. No need. I already know whose fingerprints they belong to. You mean? It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Oh, you're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Wright had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Kind of. Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Stay out of this, Judge. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well, I'll tell you. Should be okay now. Everything's proceedings as predicted. Dude, Phoenix, I trust you, man. I don't know. He's like, all is going to according to his plan, and I'm just going along for the ride.
Take that!
Emma? Emma Skye? What? They're mine? Sorry, Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me? Oh, you're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still try to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did choke Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you, you monster? Miss Skye, you knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Skye, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. But I'm afraid it's over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. According to Keikaku. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. Okay, hold on. I have a defense already. Because the book says, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to case and trial. I could have just thought the fabric wasn't relevant until now. So I'm not withholding anything. So eat shit. What's the matter? Catch out your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Oh, laugh it up while you can, Gant. You're gonna be in jail after this. Look at Phoenix, so confident. Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Skye, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? Talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is. I don't know. Mr. Wright's piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? The only thing I can think of is that that's not the shape of the hole in the shirt. Like, I've been thinking about this whole time. Because that's like a round shape. And this is just a square. But I don't know if that's like intentional. You know? That's the only thing I could really think of. Well, I guess it does kind of fit. No, it doesn't. I don't know, but it's the only piece of evidence we haven't shown yet, so far. Already, well... My saves. She, like, pushed. Oh, is it because there's no blood on it? There should be blood on it. Well, now I have two reasons to believe it's not the one from that, because there's no blood and it's the wrong shape. So... What exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Skye took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. Hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Oh! Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth. Yeah, how do you make a mistake like that? No blood on it at all? Ugh. Good job, Judge. There's no blood on it. Ah, like, how do you not think of that, Mr. Like, he's supposed to be the guy who's good at forging evidence, so you couldn't even think of putting blood on it. Since Ema Skye's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. So he did it. So it was Gant who did it later. Pursuit's back. Yo, DJ's so into it. DJ was like this. He almost forgot to play music. And he just got real hyped up. So Gant... So she pushed him first, got knocked out, and then Gant came in and did the actual killing part. Makes sense. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Skye? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armor sword. I want him to blow up again. Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. Bust out his finishing move. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Yeah, get hit with the Thundaga. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of victim's vest? I know, I never trust when they write names in blood. It amounts to nothing. We're 0 for 2 on that. Ironic, isn't it? Could save others. What is it? What's the Palpatine quote? He could save others from death, but not himself. Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you prove that you were the actual murderer. No, DJ, come back! Got him. No! It's finally all over. Is it? Are we free? Oh, come on. What? Oh, you're scared now? Yo, DJ's back! That was close, Ryder. You almost had me. Oh my god, give it up, Gant! Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. Give it up! You are sweating. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Is this when I bring out the book? Oh no! I'm so happy. It's not illegal. Order, order. What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Aji? I'm gonna hit him with the- I'm gonna smack the book in his face. DJ's just getting ready to go home. No, DJ, we have a whole ass finale for you, man. Early all Righto here. Conceal that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Righto? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I do not have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Very good choice of words, Phoenix. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. But that's not fair! Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son. I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convicted person. Hey, DJ, don't get ready. Get ready to bust out that song again. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Look, even Edrith knows. We're so smug, both of us. Look at us. Who would have thought? Well, Mr. Wright? It seems, at last, the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Well, Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? That you purposely and illegally concealed this piece of cloth? I did not hit her. I didn't. I admit I refused to present it at one point. Aha. So the evidence is illegal. I'm not done talking, Gant. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Audrey, don't listen to this lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe. There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier it's like no one's been in a court before. I shouldn't have to show the book to the judge. The rules of this. Earlier refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. I would love to, Your Honor. But first I want to smack this in Gant's face. Hey, Bren.
Take that!
Take that! I'm gonna break his nose with it. This is my proof! Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Ema Skye's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, is DJ ready? At that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see? Oh, it's a different song. It's written right here in this book, the second rule of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule number 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here is the crux of the matter. It's just so fake, it's just really big font. Here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance. Between the cloth and the SL9 incident? What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall? When was that picture presented? He's just toying with them now. That was shown only a few moments ago. No. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. Him baiting Phoenix into showing him evidence is the police department approving the evidence. I guess so. Just like baiting each other. It's a fun time in this court. It's kangaroo court. Alright, DJ, come on. I need to hear corner. Oh, he's already been cornered twice. It's fine. You yourself confessed to certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On that day of the crime, you personally cut out his piece. See, I knew this was a setup with the question. He's so smart. He's sweating now. Oh, yes. No, he's admitting it! You got suckered right into Phoenix's trap. God, he's smart. This is definitely not the Phoenix from the first Ace Attorney who who needs Mia and Maya's help all the time. Which that's fine, that's not I'm not totally criticizing Phoenix because he's still new. But he does need their help consistently. He didn't need... Yeah, this is post-time skip Phoenix. Just wait really early on. He's so confident. It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. And we're also dealing with him, a chief of police. That's a mass. It's not just some schmuck killer. This is a guy in high power that we're taking down, you know? Hi Fitch, thanks for 19 months. Loving the playthroughs. Real question, is the Daigo an ace attorney? I was thinking about that. It has to be Gumshoe. Gumshoe's the Daigo. Yes, you the chief of police personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. Poor Daigo, I know. I love Daigo and Gumshoe though. He trained with Rayleigh too. He did train with Rayleigh. 2 years of law school with Rayleigh. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who could be. Damon Gant. The killer was you! Oh. He's laughing. Yeah, these are the kind of blow-ups that happen in like the third game. Big clap. He lost it. He's like really happy for us. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. What? No! That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me. And he did it! I love you, Jake. I'll miss you. I didn't do the voices. The voices said themselves, really. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman. So really, this is all because of Jake Marshall. Oh my god. No, he's still alive. He turned himself in, but he's innocent. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. The evidence is transferred. I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Yeah, he didn't want it to get transferred. Please, you've got to help me. I miss you. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. Oh, he told him? What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence there. There are too many questions left unanswered. He was trying to be a good man, like, and do this like the legal nice guy way, not trying to like do it behind anyone's backs. Oh, that's why he's Goodman. He was being a good man. Who could have thought? He opened his evidence locker and he was taking the evidence out, he said. It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall. No, this is sad. He was trying to help. Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. Well, see, we didn't know he was a good man. We just know he was Goodman, but now we know, in fact, he was a good man. It changes everything, you guys. That's when I saw it, that accursed knife. And then he had to come up with a plan quick. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. SL9 really is the gift that keeps on giving. It's like, this felt more like the SL9 case than Bruce Goodman case. Like, seriously, halfway through we're like, Bruce who? Bruce Whoman? Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint. On Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer, but everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. Now it got personal, he's so mad. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk. What's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. get a new car. Leaving the prosecution's car aside. How? How could you get Miss Skye involved in all this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker? Felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So you left the jar fragments and the glove. Did we even, aside from the glove falling out of the locker, we didn't present it ever again. Yeah. It looked like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy. Why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me. We're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. That's foreshadowing to Edgerith's future shenanigans, if we will? Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Punished Edgerith. He's telling him to team up with Phoenix. Yes, please. Oh, Aji. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch. Sorry, old friend. I'm going to jail. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Ooh. Those days are long gone, Aji. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Wright here. And Worthy, with these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sound of new beginnings. Yeah, Judge is like, oh, thank God the trial is over. I can be a normal human again, not be absent-minded. I can wake up. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes? First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Skye, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Skye, I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. But he's not a rookie at this. I mean, he is, but he wasn't written. He wasn't a rookie when this was written. Just gonna get the tell-all book. I'll read it. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you might just make it to the top. And we did. And then we didn't. Oh no, that's so cute. She's smiling. I'm gonna cry. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Skye. And you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Aww. Everything's so cute and wholesome now. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. Oh, she's smiling again. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh. Stop it. I only did my job. He's flustered. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Chris, stop it. Miss Skye? Yes, Your Honor? You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. Trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Is it really necessary? Like, we already solved everything. Just fucking let her go. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Ah, we did it. No, that's so sweet. Wouldn't have helped me told the truth from the start, Lana. I know. Lana, this could have been solved day one. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, not guilty. We did it! Woo! No one cares. Everyone in the jury is just like bored. But we're not. She should have trusted Phoenix more. That is all. This court is adjourned. That was amazing. Too long, 7 out of 10. I almost fell asleep. At long last, it's finally over. Emma, we did it! Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. And same with Emma. No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended. I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks. Oh, because she saw her smiling? No, I'm gonna cry. No, she's gonna do it again. Stop. Oh, it's because she didn't get credit. Aw, that's fair. I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me. Oh my god, Gumshoe, not now. This is why you're Daigo. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. He's always doing this. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Gumshoe. What is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run around on duty. They have the same conversation 3 times already. Top it off, you call me here. I've seen happy people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. I mean, she's been here, so it's not a big surprise. Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Oh my god, you were so getting fired! We were getting fired for Ema and Lana. Emma, I owe you an apology. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago was the first time in my life I ever panicked. Well, he's like fired now. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis. I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. Oh, that's why she was avoiding her. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you're only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day, in hiding what I believed to be the truth. I was deceiving you. Sis. I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. No. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis. Oh my god, no, it's too sweet. I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Stop smiling, you bitch! I'm gonna keep crying. Oh, I was like waiting for the photo. I'm like, I know they're gonna have like a really pretty hug, and I'm gonna cry. No one can change the past. They're so cute. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path, and it is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. That's so cheesy, Phoenix, but I agree with you. I got it. Phoenix with the Rocky IV speech. At least that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe. Me? Am I not fired? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. Why is he hiding? He's like hiding behind a plant all awkward, shuffling into frame. Where was he hiding? I just came to say, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, well, I'll be going now. He's so awkward. Awkward Edgeworth is the funniest. Him being so confident on, like, when he does his job, like, in court and all that, and then how awkward he is in, like, any social situation is so funny. Edgeworth's like, Phoenix, where's my hug? Where's my tearful reunion? You're that Edgeworth of chat. Just pulling a Vince in the corner. That's what I was like, picturing. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. Oh shit, it's getting dark. No matter what anyone may say, I realized today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth. Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. What? You despise criminals. I could feel it. You and me were the same. Don't... Oh my god, Edgeworth is falling for the "we're the same, you and I" talk from the villain. Look at this. That line changed his whole mojo. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. I'd be your weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth... Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. Maybe? That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. What? Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said, in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone! Aww. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Oh, what? Oh, we had the power of friendship. You know, that's kind of a similar revelation to Virgil in the DMC5 novel. Because Dante always, like, achieved things because he always had, like, Lady and Trish and Nero and stuff, and Virgil always lost because he was alone. Oh my god, Edgeworth is so Virgil. But Edgeworth didn't have to go through his maniacal phase the way Virgil did. Edgeworth had the easy way out. He had Lana slap him into gear. He does wear red, that is a big difference. Lady shot Dante in the head. Yeah, when they first met, but they became friends after. How powerful would Virgil be if he had friends? Well, now he has friends. He has Dante. Like, they've reunited. So I don't think we're ready to find out how powerful Virgil is. Virgil's not villain no more. I'm talking about, like, even with, like, pre-villain stuff. Like, when he was... Because the Visions of V manga contextualized a lot of Virgil's human thoughts, even when he was a villain. Yeah, Edgeworth didn't have to do all that. He didn't go to the underworld, not yet anyway. Wait for the Ace Attorney Devil May Cry crossover. Oh yeah, what is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, I have to show evidence of why I love him, something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find out on our own. Oh my god, I don't know! The shield? What do I show him? Oh wait! Oh, I know what it is. No, this, yeah, because we each had a piece and we put it together. Oh my god! Freaking heart necklace! Like a friendship bracelet that's his best friend. That's a picture I drew. Our counterattack began with this. We complete each other. Best friends forever. You had one half of the evidence list and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore him his picture. Oh, I'm so glad I got that. That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. You love us. It's time for me to go. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. If you'll excuse me, you'll come back. There are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Where's my later Phoenix? Edgeworth, what will you do now? He keeps coming back. This is this scene where, like, Edgeworth walked away, hoping that Phoenix would, like, call out his name one last time. Tell him to stop. He's doing it. Well, whatever you do, just remember. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. Seems I owe you my thanks too, right? Ah! But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. There he goes, chat. He's gonna get his card detailed. Yeah, he looks back, hoping Phoenix is looking back to him. I'd better be going too. Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. The fading away kills me. Yeah, it's like he's dying. It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here. Oh, scientific investigation book. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation. It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. Oh, bye, Lana. It's nice knowing you. And so another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. No, not again! And now it's in black and white, it's prettier. Faith that their lives have only just begun. Oh. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. Oh, we're going back to the... Drift is the last one that he thought of! That was like in Crisis Core, that Zack's Aerith, but Phoenix has Edgeworth, last but not least. He was thinking back of all his past cases and friends. Edgeworth was the last one. Aww, why is this game so cute? I think it's time I start a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. Oh wait, Gumshoe's still here. Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But... I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective! I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here is the one who'll be footing the bill. Oh my god. Huh? What, you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys, let's go. I'm paying off together, but it's still Phoenix's money.
Objection!
What a great ending. Objection, I'm not paying the bill. He doesn't have a choice, though. Emma's a 16-year-old, no job. Gumshoe got fired. I'm the only one. I solved a case. I should be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days as the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find a way back to the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Aww. They're gonna open their own sister business. No problem, Nick. Glad you saw it. People go, man, these games are not realistic. It's like, what's for tab? Who cares about that? Yeah, I don't give a shit. The last thing, I'm glad they're not realistic. It's way more fun. Yikes, I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. Just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily. Alright, well, Gumshoe's not fired. Game is still a masterpiece, yeah. Yeah, I haven't played this in 20 years. Like, literally, probably the month it came out. Like, it probably... Or like the week even. I probably played through it pretty quickly when I was a kid. But it's already been 20 years and it's still peak. I loved it now probably more than I probably would have loved it back then because I'm just like older, understand things more. My new mission is to guard. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to security guard. Freaking Meekins. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them though. Someday I'm gonna make a detective. Yes, sir! One more for the road. Then I can be just like you did, Gumshoe. Did we get a Marshall post-credits scene? I want to know what he's up to. He was so formative for me as a kid. It was definitely a big part of me, yeah. Like, I loved the first game so much, I just had to... Oh, why you? I hope somebody just, like, drop kicks it and breaks it. But anyway, yeah, it's like, I love this game so much, like, I made it a point to keep up with, like, every game as they release, even though I didn't beat all of them. Thank God! Yes! Stay dead! Thank you! He died. What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with the steak lunch partner? You took your lunch here? Miss Starr managed to sneak into it to me. She's seeing one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, looks like you did it. Ah! You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? Oh, the cactus. Oh, I'm glad we got a goodbye from him. The credits theme was just Blue Badger theme. I would die. I'm gonna miss Marshall so much. Again. Looks like you won't be seeing me, or seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu. The right way lunch! The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. Aw, that's sweet. Bye, Angel. It was nice knowing you as well. Yeah, I'm glad that most of them at least got closure. I'm just gonna be so sad. Like, I loved Marshall back then, so I'm really glad that on replay I loved Marshall just as much. But now I'm like sad again because I'm like, I'm not gonna see you again unless I play this game again. I'll never forget what the young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left. Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for how many years? He forgot all of it! Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I'd better be... Huh? Oh no, I forgot my gavel! Sorry, gotta go! He's literally that Dumb and Dumber meme. She said a whole bunch of stuff about how I don't listen to her. I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention. I know it's so long, a separate credit sequence, yeah. I'm glad it does, though. It is wild, though, yeah, like, the last case is... It's half the game. Maya! Ah, nothing suits the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Mystic Maya afternoon training's about to begin. Coming! I'll see you around, Nick. Is that like a phone call, I assume? The writing in this game feels like a shitpost at points. But it gives it so much personality.
Jackpot.
James, thanks for 1,000 bits! Thanks for the play, thank you for watching! So sincere, yeah. Like... Oh, are we getting another Edgeworth post-credits? Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, it's Bellboy. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth? I brought you your tea. It's a letter! What's going on? Is this a letter of resignation? What's going on? Bellboy has no idea. It's, like, this game really is just so sincere with... Like, it doesn't hold back. Like, everything it does to its fullest. Like, the ridiculous characters. I want to make sure to read these. Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe! Oh! Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. Aww. But do I have to open it? If I want to see Lana, is this gonna be their photo again? It's a letter. Oh my god. No! No, it's so cute! Stop! Stop making me cry at cute things! Aww. She's got her hat. Okay, now get one with Phoenix and Miles. I just got the achievement. Clear Ep 5 of PWAA. I cry at everything. I cry at sad things, cute things. Doomed. And we're back. I feel like I haven't seen this screen in a while. That was just as 10 out of 10 as I remember it being. Yeah, I like that case a lot. It did feel long, but I didn't mind some of the length. It's just the only thing that I minded is that some of the things felt like we were spinning wheels a little bit. Even Edgeworth would be purposely stupid just to like repeat some dialogue. That happened a lot, but I don't think like the case itself felt long. I liked the twists and turns of the case. Yeah, it was long-winded and had a really good payoff. It had great characters. It had a really good setup. I like that it wasn't straightforward. It was nice that there was a lot of like things coming out of left field and like starting new things, new branches, if you will. It's a roller coaster. Yeah, freaking Edgeworth's car. And I liked Emma, I liked Lana, and I get why people wouldn't like it because it's kind of disjointed from the main plot. Like, and Maya's not part of it, but I don't know, I like it. I don't really always need like an overarching story. Yeah, I don't always mind it. Like, I like when there's an overarching story. I just don't always need it because then I feel like when you have an overarching story like that, I feel like the storytelling can feel a little bit limited because you have to make sure everything fits with what is already established. But if you have like a brand new case with brand new characters, you know, like the world is your oyster in terms of writing a story. Like, it's fine. I know that's like a common criticism in like for like Ace Attorney trials that oh, it has nothing to do with the plot. It's just like, I genuinely don't care. I just like solving a case, you know? I like meeting the new characters. I like knowing what figuring out the crime. I don't care if it has anything to do. Like, I'm not saying I dislike it or like it, okay? I genuinely don't care. I could take it or leave it. I like the 5th case the most, but not too much more than 4. Like, I guess my order would be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in terms of the cases in this game. But 5 and 4 are close, just because, like, there's some things in case 4 that are really annoying, but I like the whole aspect of defending Edgeworth and learning more about him. And then, like, likewise in 5, I like the story a lot, but I don't always like a lot of the process with it. And in case 5, working together with Edgeworth was really fun. The thing, and also, I like that this case doesn't have the spirit medium related stuff. Like, I really don't, I don't know if this is like an unpopular opinion for Ace Attorney fans or whatever, but I really don't like that Phoenix has to have the crutch of spirit mediums and ghosts help him in cases. I like when he's just smart enough to figure it out, or at least, like, will eventually get smart enough to figure it out. Like, I love Maya, and I don't want her to not be in the game, but I just really hate that the spirit medium is a thing. I think that's not an unpopular take. Okay, I just wasn't sure. I don't really interact with a lot of Ace Attorney fans. The later games really get bogged down with supernatural stuff. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. And I know, like, when Pearl gets added, they do a lot of it too. Like the smaller Fae. But I mean, it's not like enough to break the game for me. It's just when it gets to the end of the trials, or the end of the trials, and it's just like, oh, I'm cornered. What's gonna happen? It's just like, you know, it's gonna be Mia or something as a ghost. Some ghostly thing is gonna come save you. It's not as interesting as, say, like, when Edgeworth saves you last minute or something, you know, with an objection. Like, that's more interesting. Anyway, there's a lot of that. But I love it. I love Ace Attorney.